Hey there, grade 11, welcome again. Today we'll be having logarithmic equations, and you know the drill. If we have this, we'll be solving them. And if we solve logarithmic equations, we'll be looking for that value of x or any variable that will make the equation true. So how do we solve logarithmic equations? Okay, so this is a property of equality of logarithmic equations. If logarithm of m to the base b is equal to logarithm of n to the base b, then m is equal to n. What is it saying? If we have two logarithmic expressions with the same basis in an equation, we can just equate their arguments. Let's see. So we do have here two log expressions in an equation, and they have the same base. So we can just easily get their arguments. So the argument of this log is x squared plus 36. And the argument of this log is 100. We now solve for x. So x squared is equal to 100. If we bring this to the other side, it will become negative 36. And x squared is equal to 100 minus 36 is 64. We take the square root of both. X now is equal to positive and negative 8. Don't forget the negative. Okay, so the value that will make this equation true is positive 8 and negative 8. Well, if you want to check your answer, you substitute these and input it in your calculator. Now let's have another example. So the bases are the same. We equate the arguments. X squared is equal to 4x minus 4. And I think to solve this logarithmic equation, we bring everyone to the left side. Sorry. Para makabuo ng quadratic equation. Now that we have the quadratic equation, we factor it. And so we equate both factors to 0. And we solve for x. And we already know what the value of x is. The value of x is 2. Let's have another one. Don't forget the laws of logarithms because this is where we're going to use them. Okay, so since we have here 2 before the log expression, we can rewrite this as you can see, wala siyang base. So it is a common logarithm. And a common logarithm has a base of 10. Pero dito, huwag na nating pahirapan ng sarili natin. We just leave it as is. And you see, we have here 2 log expressions. But they have the same base, so we can actually combine them. Logarithm of product. Since that is addition, we multiply their arguments. Now we now have one log expression in the left side and one on the right side. We can now equate the arguments. And we do simplify and we solve for x. And I guess makakabuo ulit tayo dito ng quadratic equation. So if we are going to factor this quadratic, it will be 4.2. Sorry. So there, those are the factors. And we equate both factors to 0. And solve for x. Yeah, sorry, I'm blocking it. So we do have here 2 values of x that will make the equation true. Let's have the last one. Now, in this last example, we do have a constant. And how are we going to solve for this equation? We're just given this rule that if there are logs and they have the same base, we can just equate their arguments. But what if we are given a constant in the log equation? Let's see. Well, we combine these 2 logs into 1. Since that is subtraction, the arguments will form a fraction. So we copy log and then the base, subtraction, so that's a fraction. Whatever is written first, that will be the dividend. And this one will become the divisor. And we equate it to 2. And now we rewrite it to its exponential form. So do you still remember how to rewrite a logarithmic equation into its exponential form? Well, if you forgot, I will include the link of my video below. So how? We get the base, we raise it to the result, we equate it to the argument. Or some other people will do this. They are going to leave the argument on the left side, and they're going to bump 5 to the right. Swing like that. Okay. We can do this. We can do this as well. They are the same. Them being on the left or in the right side of the equation doesn't really matter because it is an equation. So 5 squared is 25 is equal to x plus 1 over x minus 1. Now, how do we solve for x here? We do cross multiplication. So if we cross multiply this one, the result will be 25x minus 25 is equal to x plus 1. So we bring all those with x's on one side and the constants on the other side. So that will be 25x. If we will bring x to the other side, it will become negative x. It's equal to, well, we have here 1, and then if we bring negative 5 to the other side, it will become positive 20. Now we have here 25x minus x. That will be 24x. 1 plus 25 is 26. Now we divide both sides by 24. Join and solve for x. So 26 over 24 can be reduced to 13 over 12. So the value of x that will make the equation true is 13 over 12. So that is how we solve logarithmic equations. Actually, it's pretty easy if you master the laws of logarithms. So if you forgot the laws of logarithms, yeah, I included the link on the description box below. So there you have it, guys. See you in the next video.